In a lush green meadow, a tiny hard-working ant named Annie lived her busy life. While the sun shone brightly, Annie spent her days gathering food for the coming winter. Nearby lived Gary the Grasshopper, who preferred to spend his time singing and jumping around. Gary would often watch Annie work and laugh at her dedication to such tiring tasks. One afternoon, Gary called out, "Annie, why do you work so much? Come play with me." Annie paused for a moment and smiled kindly at her carefree neighbor in the grass. She replied, "I enjoy playing too, Gary, but I must prepare for the future ahead." Gary simply shook his head, choosing to ignore her advice and continue his joyful dancing. He believed the warm sunshine would last forever and saw no reason to store food. Days turned into weeks, and the vibrant meadow began to change its golden color. The warm breeze turned into a biting chill as autumn faded into the harsh winter. Frost covered the ground, and the once plentiful food sources vanished beneath the frozen earth. Gary the Grasshopper found himself hungry, tired, and shivering in the bitter cold wind. He realized too late that he had no supplies to survive the long, freezing season. Regret filled his heart as he wandered through the snow, searching for a tiny crumb. Finally, he remembered Annie and slowly made his way toward her warm, cozy home. He knocked on the door with a trembling hand, hoping for a bit of kindness. Annie opened the door and saw Gary shivering uncontrollably in the deep white snow. Gary looked down and said softly, "Please help me, Annie. I have no food left." Seeing his distress, Annie felt compassion and immediately invited him inside her warm home. She shared her stored food with him, offering a hot meal to the hungry grasshopper. As they sat together by the fire, Gary felt the warmth returning to his body. Annie spoke gently, "It is good to enjoy life, but we must prepare for hard times." Gary nodded slowly, finally understanding the wisdom behind Annie's hard work and careful planning. He promised to be more responsible in the future instead of just playing all day. The two friends spent the rest of the winter sharing stories and staying safe together. Annie taught Gary the value of balance, showing him that work and play are both essential parts of a happy life, especially when the seasons change and challenges arise. Gary helped Annie organize her pantry, finding joy in being productive and helpful as well. They discovered that friendship is even warmer when you have shared your resources and time. Outside, the winter winds continued to howl, but inside, they were perfectly safe and content. The lessons learned during those cold months stayed with Gary for the rest of his life, reminding him that preparation is the key to weathering any storm that may come. When spring finally returned, the meadow bloomed again, with beautiful flowers and bright green grass. Annie and Gary stepped out into the sunshine, ready to enjoy the new season together. They lived in harmony, balancing their work and play under the peaceful, clear blue sky.